Is it working? Is it working? Is it working? Oh, I think it is, you know. Is it actually? I'm just checking on my. Oh, yes, we're live. Okay, perfect. So I'm doing a thing. I'm going live on 3 platforms at the same time, which is really fun. I'm starting to go live again after a very long time of not going live. So hello Facebook, hello LinkedIn, hello Instagram. I hope you're well. I'm sending you so much love and I'm so grateful to be back. I'm so grateful to be back with you, talking to you. If you are watching on a replay, please comment replay and let me know that you are watching. And of course, if you are watching on live, then fantastic. I'm so grateful that you're here. Thank you so much for being here. For some reason, my restream is not showing me the chat. So I can't get back to you on the chat, but if you do message in the chat at all, I really love engagement. So I will respond, even if I might not respond live. And Instagram, of course, I can see you, so I can respond. Hopefully this upgrades next time. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. So today I'm going to be talking about how structure creates freedom. Now, when I first started moving towards my freedom life back in 2017, I was like, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited to not have to have a routine, to not have to have a structure, and to just be completely free in my life. I was so done with the 9 to 5 corporate banking and moving and grooving through all of that and having to work through someone else's schedule, to be honest with you. That was what I was over, is working for other people and being told what to do, essentially. This light is dimming, so I'm going to need to put that on charge. 1 second. 1 second, my darlings. Okay, here I'm back. Where is the charge? 1 second. No, this is the wrong way. We want you to be able to see me, darling. We want you to be able to see me. Should have plugged this in before. At least we know for next time. Okay, so now we've slightly changed the color. No, there we go. We put this back. Okay, cool. We're back. We're back. So yeah, when I first, hello, I see clearly Claire. Hello, Claire. How are you? It's so annoying that Instagram doesn't put your name first. I really have to memorize who you are through your usernames. Okay, so yeah, Claire, if you have anything that you want to say as I'm talking, please do. I love engagement as I'm going through lives. So welcome. I love you. So yeah, when I first started my journey back in 2017, I was in the corporate banking industry. And when I was working towards freedom, I was so excited to just have the freedom to be and to do whatever I wanted every day. And I soon realized, once I started living my freedom life in 2018, that it was the structure throughout my life that actually created the freedom it is that I so greatly wanted. And what I realized when I had my own freedom and I was in full control over my life and living my life by my own design, what I realized was that I didn't like having the structure around me of other people telling me what to do and how to live and how to be. That corporate banking lifestyle of, you have to wear this and you have to show up at this time and you finish at this time and this is when you can do and this is what you have to do. I didn't like that at all. However, once I started to live in my freedom life, where I was in control of my schedule and my work and what it is that I was doing, I really started to enjoy the structure and the routine and the rhythm that actually comes with creating the freedom. And what I've learned on this journey is, for us to have the freedom and flow, especially for us women, we love to be in our feminine and we love to flow and do the things. Especially if we have a business, we really must support our feminine with the masculine, and that comes with structure, right? So There's various different ways that we approach structure, and especially if we're building a business in the online space, we want structure in the sense of systems and automation set up for us in the background. Hello, Mia, by the way. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. So yeah, we want structure and systems in place in the background. And fortunately, okay, baby, bye Claire. Have a great evening. Hello, Jason. I hope you're well, brother. Fortunately, when I first started, I already had the structure and the systems in the background because when I joined and when I started my Enagic business, that was already set up. We had great masculine leadership, even though in some parts it was disembodied and unhealthy, which I learned throughout my journey. There was great masculinity in the sense of structure and systems and automation and all of that jazz in the background. So I already had that set up. Now, when I started my freedom, when I had my true freedom in 2018, what I realized was that I needed to really set up systems and structure in my own life and the way that I would move through my days in my business to be able to create the freedom that I wanted in other spaces of my life. So, by the way, I'm looking over at this camera too because I'm on different platforms. I'm on my laptop here with LinkedIn and Facebook. So what I started to realize was I needed to have daily non-negotiables in my life for me to move forward in the way that I desired, not just in my business, but also in my personal sense and in my spiritual sense as well. And through me having these daily non-negotiables, I would then know, okay, when I would do them. And we all work differently. So a huge part of this journey of creating a life by design is really getting to know thyself and what works for self, because we all move and groove through life differently. For instance, some people are really good at time blocking. Some people are great working in the mornings, whereas some people are more of the evening people. Some people like lists and ticking lists off. I've personally found on my journey that lists are beautiful for me because I'm very inconsistent in my energy, being a woman as well as being a reflector. I'm a fully lunar being. So my energy shifts day in, day out, depending on the moon and the planets and the environment and the people that I'm around and the alchemy work that I'm doing, all of that stuff, right? So time blocking for me and working out certain time structures throughout the day for me don't work. However, for men, it would be much more easier because men have a 24-hour cycle. Women, it's completely different. So it's really important for us women to work out structure and systems based around our own cyclical nature, and then looking into our own human design is really going to support us with that as well. So if you haven't already looked into your human design, highly recommend it. It's really supported me on my journey of self-discovery and knowing myself on a deeper level. It was actually very validating learning my human design. But yeah, I started to work out what my daily non-negotiables were. And especially in business, to move the needle forward, daily non-negotiables are income producing activities. Now, again, for every single person, that looks different, right? For some people, that looks like cold messaging. Me, I'm not, no, I'm a woman. I don't chase, I attract, right? So my daily non-negotiable would be going live and creating content and creating community around that. Hello, Incel. I hope you're well. Hello, Sabina. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. So depending on the person, and again, this is why it's really important to get to know yourself and what feels good in your body and in your nervous system, most importantly. It depends on what those non-negotiables are when it comes to building your business, right? What I've found for women, because women attract, right? So really it's all about becoming magnetizing, building a personal brand that's strong, really knowing who you're talking to, what your messaging is, who you want to reach, and creating community and creating connections rather than chasing and cold messaging and blah, blah. Like, we don't want that. Men like that a little bit more because that really fuels their kind of hunter kind of feeling. And that's why we have a lot in the sales space around cold messaging, and all of that jazz, because for so long the sales space was dominated by men. And this is changing now because women are starting to take back their power and start their own businesses. And we run businesses very differently because we're different beings, right? We have different energies around us. So daily non-negotiables, like I said, they're going to be different for everyone. So it's really working out what they are in a business sense. And a definite one is income producing activities. We shorten them to IPAs in the industry. I love how many people are here. Thank you for being here, by the way. Please get involved if you do have any questions or anything that you want to say. Unfortunately, on LinkedIn and Facebook, it doesn't show me the chat, but I'll get back to you if you're commenting on there. So yeah, daily non-negotiables when it comes to creating your freedom life in your business, yes, IPAs, and also in connections. Yeah, so building community, because you haven't got a business and you haven't got income unless you have people, right? Unless you have community. And especially in this day and age, when you're building a business around your personal brand, creating community is more important than ever. So this is really showing people that you care and that they can trust you. And this is you sharing aspects of yourself in a way where they can get to know you on a deeper level. And this is why personal branding is becoming more prevalent these days, because people buy from people, right? And when it comes to our growth journey, when it comes to our spiritual journey, for me, freedom was created through frequency. Yes, I have a tangible vehicle behind me in respects to Enagic and the business model that we have within the wealth frequency shift. And that allows us to bring the ethereal and the dreams and the tangible in to really support our freedom in a way that lifts us up and supports us in that masculine way. That's the masculine side, right? Now, when we talk about the feminine side of creating freedom, that's in frequency. And I've personally created my freedom through frequency. And the way that I've done this is through having the daily non-negotiables of the personal growth, of the spiritual growth, of the integration, of the embodiment, of the resting, of the listening to myself and what it is that I need, right? So when it comes to creating freedom, there must be structure, otherwise it gets chaotic. And I speak from experience here, because when I first got to Bali in 2020, I was very hugely led by my masculine energy. So I had so much structure in my day, and it was just full of everything. And it got to a point where I realized that I needed to heal my wounded masculine. This was coming from a wounded place, and I'd only really learned from masculine leaders. So for me to really start to find my way and my flow and my voice and decondition myself away from the matrix way of living and being. And I had not long come from London, right? And I lived in a block of flats. So as a reflector in the human design who lived in a block of flats, 70% statistically, I was surrounded by generators. So I was very much feeding off of their energy, which was go, 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 go. And we are trained and conditioned that way within our society to go, 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 do, 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 do. So when I got to Bali, I really leaned back into the energy of Mama Bali, the feminine healing energy of Mama Bali, and I let go of all of the structure. I let go of all of that to really start to heal my feminine and to go within and to understand and do the deep excavational work so I could ultimately become the woman that I am today. And during that time of me letting go of all of the structure, yes, I had freedom, but chaos was happening because there wasn't any structure to really support my business and my growth in that sense. So I share this with you to let you know that I'm speaking from experience here in letting go of structure, because it didn't create more freedom for me. In actual fact, it created chaos which caused my nervous system to be like, oh, I've got so much to do, but I don't know what to do, because there wasn't any structure there and I wasn't following that. And a huge part of the creation of our freedom is creating nervous system safety, right? We want our nervous system to feel safe, so we feel on top of everything, and so we feel safe in the container that we're creating, in the life by design that we're creating. So structure is really important, and you're going to know if your nervous system doesn't feel safe, because it's going to feel chaotic in your body and in your energetic field, and you're going to feel tense, and you're going to feel frozen or unsafe, or it's different for everyone, because there's different nervous system responses, like fight, flight, freeze, fawn. So again, getting to know yourself and getting to know your own brand of trauma is really important on this journey, to know how it is that you respond to your nervous system being chaotic. So having a safe nervous system is really key in creating the freedom, and structure supports creating that safety. On top of that, hydration. Babes, how hydrated are you? Babes, what water are you drinking? Come on, let's get real here, because it's structured water that's going to really enable you to create freedom in your life, not only because of the way that it will allow your internal cellular structure to shift and change, because your frequency and support your frequency to raise. When you switch your water and when you drink the right water and detoxify your body gets rid of all of the shit that's weighing it down and holding it back, which essentially allows your mind to clear, which then essentially allows you to connect to source and true power. And this is the journey that I've been on since I switched my water in 2017, is this whole detoxification process. I don't know if you've seen any past photos of me. If you look through my page, you'll find them. I used to be 3 dress sizes bigger. I was depressed. I was anxious. And to be honest with you, I only switched my water and started this business to move towards true freedom because of the generational wealth that I was able to move towards in the career plan. I saw the career plan and I was sold. I was like, yeah, that's me. I'll do anything. And then, of course, I'm going to drink the water for the machine that I just purchased to start my business, because I'm not going to invest in this machine and not drink the water. So I started to drink the water and I started to lose weight quicker. Hello, Shell. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love. I started to lose weight quicker and my skin got better, my complexion, my hair got better. I was sleeping better. I had more energy. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then my mental health got better. My depression subsided. My anxiety subsided. And ultimately, through the entrepreneurial journey that I walked, I started to build more strength. And I truly believe that the water was a huge part of this restructuring of myself. Of course, there's various different puzzle pieces because of our mind, body, and soul interlinked. But water is a huge part of it, right? We're 73% water. So if we're not drinking the best water for ourselves, we're not setting ourselves up optimally in the best way. So a huge part of creating freedom and creating structure for ourselves is drinking structured water. This is the system. And then when you pair this structured water with the systems that we have within the wealth frequency shift, for you to build a business around yourself and your personal brand and your growth and your healing and supporting your soul tribe and stepping into your leadership, it just makes complete sense. It makes complete sense. And when it comes to the types of things that you would share on your business journey, and this is, you know, I speak from my experience with my own personal journey with Enagic. However, if you've got another business, you'll think about this for your own personal brand too, is sharing your journey from an authentic standpoint of where you're at. Now, it's not to say that you're gonna, sorry about the wobble, guys, over here. My dog's itching herself and going into the table. When it comes to building your personal brand, it's building from a place of authenticity, in the sense of, this is where I am, this is where I'm going, this is what I'm doing. It's not perfect. And this is how you you build inspiration in people, and people look at you and they're like, oh, wow, if she can do it, so can I. And yeah, it's not easy for her, but it's not supposed to be easy. Anyone that says this journey is easy is I mean, it does get to be easy. There's the polarity of it because of the way that you approach it with the mindset. I do say a lot, it gets to be easy and fun because it really all comes down to the mindset. However, throughout the journey, there are going to be hardships. And I just posted a video about this because I've just filmed my leadership journey that I'm going to be posting incrementally every day over the next 5 days. It's a 5-part series. And it's been hard. It's been hard. However, if it wasn't for the hardships that I experienced, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. I wouldn't have integrated everything that I have, and I wouldn't have been able to embody what I have to be the woman and the leader and the mentor and the healer and the teacher and the coach that I am today. And this is how we create the power and the strength within us for us to be able to support our soul tribe in rising in this day and age of awakening. You can feel it because you're connected to me right now and you're listening to me right now. The world is our eyes are opening up much more than ever before. We're becoming so aware of the control and the manipulation that we've all been subjected to, including our lineage, over the last centuries. And for us to change things, it starts with us as a people. It starts with us first changing ourselves and then sharing with our people in how to do the same, which is what I'm doing with you right now, and which is what I essentially teach you to do through this business as well, all whilst building community and moving towards generational wealth through true health and sovereignty. Hello, Mimi. I hope you're well. I'm sending you love, honey. So yeah, it's throughout this journey, creating content really at first, a lot of people start and they're like, I'm not creative, I don't know what to share. You are creative because you're human, right? You're a person, so you're creative. It's simply finding your own way of creation, because unfortunately the schooling system has conditioned us to not be creative because it swung us right into the way of academia and to live through our mind. And this is what a lot of people are doing. They're living through their mind, when in actual fact, the magic is living from the heart space, is living from the body, is living from the feelings, which is what I teach you. One of the parts, I teach you a lot in the wealth frequency shift, but one of the things that I teach you is by really coming back to your heart and coming back to your body. And through that, and through feeling, and through reflection, and through just being with self, that's how we start to lean in and drop into our own innate sense of creativity. And then from that expression of sharing our journey and what we're learning and how we're growing, this is how we find our innate sense of creativity. Oh yeah, on the healing journey. Congratulations, honey. I keep seeing photos of us pop up on my featured photos from Thailand. I love you so much. It's so great to see you hop on. I'm doing great, moving, grooving, navigating as we do, but always rising, honey, always rising, because everything's happening for us, right? And we're all going through it right now in some which way or another. There's so much happening, what with Scorpio new moon, I think like 5 planets are in retrograde, and the Mercury retrograde as well. It's a lot. It's a lot. And I've personally been going through it. The last couple of days, I took a break a bit more from social, and I was just with myself. And today I've been reflecting on my journey, and it's a lot. It's a lot. So yeah, I feel you with this. I love you. Hello, Tracy. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, and also going through it as well. And with the right mindset, we can hold it all. And this is the whole point of this journey, is learning how to hold it all without crumbling. And unfortunately, typically when we start, and also learn inheritance from our parents is not being able to hold it all. And this is where a lot of the suppression has come in. And this is why a lot of people are depressed and anxious and ill and full of disease, because they've suppressed so much emotion, and ultimately through this suppression have inherited it from their lineage, which they're now dealing in these times now, which is essentially what we're working through right now as a collective together, is releasing. And we do this through feeling, we do this through connecting, we do this through going through our healing journey. And I also want to touch upon how not to get lost in the healing journey as well, because many people tend to think, I have to heal, I have to heal. And it's like, no, just fucking live your life. Let the mirror of life show you what gets to be healed and integrated and embodied when it comes up. But until then, just enjoy your fucking self. So many people take themselves too seriously, take the journey too seriously, when it gets to be easy and fun, however hard it is at the same time. This is the paradox of life, and this is where we get to learn to hold it all, right? So yeah, content with it. It's just sharing where you're at from an authentic place, and sharing vulnerability, but it's also learning that fine line in not to overshare. Because when we overshare as well, this is where that's coming from a trauma response. And I'm speaking from experience here, because I used to overshare, and I've really had to learn to rein it in and understand what is meant for me, what's sacred for my journey, what gets to be still kept to myself and integrated. Oh, it's my snoogie. Look, it's my snoogie. Hello, Emma. I love you. It's my snoogie boogie. Oh, he loves the camera. He loves the camera. Oh, I don't love him. Oh, I don't love him. Is that, Mum, what the fuck you doing? I love you, baby. Are you proud of me getting back into my live videos? By the way, guys, I'm going to be going live 3 times a week. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Yay! I'm so excited for us. We're going to have so much fun. Emma, it's Eric with a K, okay? Get it right. I'm glad Eric didn't see that. He would not be happy with you. I love you, sister. So yeah, on this healing journey, don't take yourself too seriously. Enjoy yourself and just let the mirror of life show you what gets to be integrated and embodied and alchemized and transmuted, and just enjoy your life. This is what it's about. Life is there to be enjoyed. And when we see things that cause disharmony and discordance, it's like, right, that's what I get to harmonize within me, right? And I teach you how to do that in the wealth frequency shift in the best way, from your heart, from full power and grace as well. This is what it's all about, power and grace in a healthy way. I love you too. So yeah, and a huge part of that is boundaries, right? The boundaries in our life create structure so we can have that freedom. And this is a huge thing that especially women get to learn, because typically we've been taught to be quiet, be the nice girl, be the good girl, all of that thing, all of that stuff. And boundaries are not a part of that, right? So once we really start to learn what our boundaries are, and we get to know where to set our boundaries when it comes to feeling dysregulated, disharmonized within our body and in our being about whatever certain situation, and setting our boundaries with grace and with love with the people in our lives, and also setting boundaries with ourselves and knowing where our energy's leaking and what's not good for us and what's not serving us, and the vision that we have in our mind's eye and feel in our heart, right? Because when we set these boundaries, and when we most importantly honor our own boundaries, which is huge, because yeah, we want other people to honor our boundaries. However, a lot of the times we set boundaries and we don't even honor them for ourselves. So how can we expect other people to honor our boundaries if we don't even honor our boundaries ourselves? For instance, removing ourselves when someone doesn't respect, appreciate, or honor our boundaries. Removing ourselves and standing true and strong with that. Not responding. Where we've been so conditioned and trained, and our body is quite literally addicted to the negativity, the toxicity, and the trauma because of the chemical reactions that happen in our body. And we've been going through these whirlwinds for decades, and we've also inherited this from our ancestors. So our bodies are addicted to the negative chemical reaction that happens in situations that are toxic and unhealthy and traumatic. And normally our nervous system feels safe in those situations as well. So a huge part of creating the freedom that we want is retraining our nervous system and retraining our body in a way that where it accepts safety and ease and grace and freedom. And it's a lot, it's a journey, it's a marathon, it's not a race. Yeah. And we do this day by day, step by step, by setting boundaries with ourselves and with other people, and by honoring those boundaries as well. And then through doing that, this really opens up space for creativity, because we get to really deepen into and feel into what comes up when that's set, right? We feel into the power that it creates first and foremost, and we also feel into the energy that it creates and the feelings that come up through it that inevitably need to be felt, to be released from our system, which ultimately creates creativity just pours out of us because we want to express it in whatever way that looks. Sometimes that's speaking, sometimes that's singing, creating music, dancing, writing, painting, whatever that may be. Me personally, I've just loved creating content and writing and sharing my journey from a place of empowerment to support my tribe. Everyone's different, right? And I love to move as well. Like when I'm feeling angry, I'll move and I'll sing as well. Eventually I'll get to creating music once I learn how to play the fucking guitar. I've had it for so long. I'm speaking this aloud to really encourage myself to start to practice. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Hold me to this. So yeah, that's what I want to share on that. A lot of the times we feel like when we create our freedom life, there's no structure and it's just, oh yeah, go through the day and just chip. No, we need structure, honey. We need structure. However that looks. Like I said, for me, it's daily non-negotiable lists. I don't have time blocks and times where I'm going to film or I'm going to do this or that. It really all depends on my energy because my energy is inconsistent. However, for other people, their energy is more consistent and it's easier for them to have, say, time blocks in the morning of I'll do work here and then I'll have the evening free, or I'll have my morning free and then work in the evening. So it really all depends. And like I said earlier, this is really important to get to know yourself and to get to know how you work. Because the more you know yourself and how you work and what's best for you, the more you can design your life in the best way, where you have these non-negotiables and where you can show up in the best way for yourself. And the more that you're able to do that for yourself, the more you build up trust with yourself and you strengthen the relationship with yourself. And this is what it's all about. It's about building a really strong and sure relationship with self. So yeah, that's all I have to say for today. I'm going live regularly now. So like I said, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. I'm not going to give you a time because it really all depends on how I feel. So if you're around, great. If not, you can catch it on the replay. Please let me know if you've been watching, comment replay and comment what you've gotten from this. Maybe drop your number one non-negotiable for this week, for your business, your personal or your spiritual choices. And if you want to learn more from me, if you want to join the mission of true health, true freedom and sovereignty, join the Wealth Frequency Shift. We have Black Friday month this month, all until the end of the month. So yeah, you've got like a week left or so. So you can save up to £408 per year on membership, which is fantastic. And I literally teach you everything that I know in business, life, spirituality, embodiment, sovereignty, all of the things, darling. So yeah, you can go to the link in my bio for that. And if you want to learn from me in a free sense to get a gist of of a taster of what you get in the wealth frequency shift. Again, the link's in my bio, and you can go on the Wealth Alchemy free portal for that. And yeah, I'll see you on Tuesday. I love you so very much. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you on the next live. Bye-bye. Bye, bye, bye. I'm gonna end this. Bye, bye.